Ladies and gentlemen, in the most recent episode of Same Shite, Different Night, we have this article from Screen Rant. Forewarned is forewarned. JK Rowling bluntly responds to Harry Potter show boycott. Harry Potter show boycott. You know, a couple months ago, hell, probably for the past year, there was this little boycott going on for a game called Hogwarts Legacy. Bunch of activists were out screaming from the rafters, or like at least their little soap bottles, talking about how damaging the game could be, and about the only thing they accomplished was over $800 billion in sales for a video game, claiming that sales of the video games would be harmful. It's a goddamn video game. How do you think this boycott's going to go? I'd be willing to bet. I'd be willing to bet a paycheck it's going to have the same effect. The first episode of the new Harry Potter reboot on HBO is going to break records. But I digress. Controversial author JK Rowling, controversial my ass, bluntly responds to online calls for a boycott of the Harry Potter TV show, which she is set to executive produce. See, that's a good thing, because if she is the executive producer of the show, maybe she'll have more control over the show than the movies. Maybe not so many changes from the books. We'll get the actual story, the actual character progression, and their storylines. I think that'll be fantastic. But I do enjoy when J.K. Rowling trolls people online. It is so very entertaining. Let's continue. Outspoken author J.K. Rowling has bluntly responded. You're repeating yourself. Good Lord. I'm starting to know this. Thanks, Gary from Nerdrotic. I do appreciate it. I'm starting to know this more and more and more. Just constantly, you repeat the same thing. Responds, you're repeating the title of your article. I shouldn't say anything, I repeat myself too many times. Bluntly responds to calls to boycott the planned Harry Potter TV series reboot, officially announced by rebranded streaming service Max, because who cares. Earlier this month, it was revealed that creatives would be pushing ahead with a 10-year plan to adapt each novel in Rowling's best-selling Harry Potter series with an all-new cast, and Rowling herself serving as executive producer. Reactions to the announcement were mixed. No, probably the vast... people are excited about this and interested. The people who aren't interested, that's where the mix comes in, the majority of the mix. You have people who are just vehemently against JK because they see her as transphobic and all this other shit. They call her a TERF and all this other stuff. And there are genuine people who love the original movies. I thoroughly love the original movie. Alan Rickman as Snape was just absolutely fantastic. Hermione, and just all these characters portrayed on screen. How are you going to replace Hagrid? You can't. How are you going to replace Snape? You can't. Essentially, these are going to be shows for the newest generation, the ones who are growing up reading the Harry Potter novels right now. They're going to get new fans into the show, and I don't see that as a problem. Everyone's going to have their opinion. People are going to try and not watch it. If it's good and morons like me start talking about it over and over again, and how good it is, and how great it is, and how well it adapts the books, then those people are going to cave. Eventually they're going to cave and they're going to watch the show. Those who are vehemently against it because of what they grew up with, the books, the movies, and their love for those pieces of media, they're going to cave. It's human nature. They're going to hear all the good reviews, if they're good, and they're going to go, well, let me go see at least a couple of shows, and hey, perhaps you'll get some new fans there. Harry Potter franchise is growing all the time. Parents who love the books, they give it to their kids to read the books. This idea that, oh, it's harmful to whatever demographic you're talking about is lunacy at best. End rant. Rowling herself has taken note of calls to boycott the Harry Potter show and responded in a blunt fashion. How many times are you going to use the term blunt? How about in typical fashion? This is how she responds to people online. With jokes, with mockery. Not necessarily with insults, but in this tweet, dreadful news, which I feel duty-bound to share. Activists in my mentions are trying to organize yet another boycott of my work, this time of the Harry Potter TV show. as forewarned is forearmed. So I guess she's getting a heads up. Okay, I know what it means now. I've taken the precaution of laying in a large stock of champagne. Ooh. Suggesting that forewarned is forearmed. The controversial author, God, why? No, it's a non-controversy. Controversy because you say so. Controversy because the screaming nitwits on Twitter say so. There is no evidence whatsoever. JK Rowling is pretty much a radical feminist. She is all about, just a mouthy feminist. There's nothing wrong with that. But she also believes that trans women are not included in that feminism part. And that is where the activists have a problem with. The idea that Rowling wants to protect exclusively women spaces. Oh, that's wrong because you have to be inclusive of trans women. Form your own opinion on that. Not my business. I don't care. My whole thing is I love it when she trolls. This latest shot at her most vocal critics continues an ongoing war of words that JK Rowling wins every single time that has been playing out since 2020, when Rowling's original comments were first perceived as harmful to members of the transgender community. Is there a purpose? Can Harry Potter TV series overcome the controversy surrounding Rowling? Yes, it absolutely can. Because the vast majority of the paying customer, the people who are going to watch this, have no clue what's going on. They don't get on Twitter. They don't care about any of that mess. They're not interested. Why do you think the Hogwarts Legacy made so much money? Whether you like it or not, it does not. It would have made a lot of money. The activists screaming for the boycott that got petty people, which is human nature, to go, well, since you hate it, I'm going to buy 2 copies. Since you hate it, I'm going to buy 5 copies and give them away on my channel and all this other stuff. That added to the sales, but Hogwarts Legacy was going to be a success, especially when it came out that it was actually a decent game. So, what else we got? In recent years, Rowling has regularly found herself at the center of online debate, with her views igniting some impassioned responses among both her dedicated followers and outspoken detractors. While the calls for boycott Rowling's work are nothing new, the question is whether they could actually pose a substantial and meaningful threat to Warner Brothers. Absolutely not. They've already seen this with the Hogwarts Legacy game. Again, you can sit there, you have an example. Warner Brothers was giving a concrete example that the activists are meaningless. This boycott that they tried for Hogwarts Legacy meant fuck all. As has been projected before, it seems like the attempted boycott at Hogwarts Legacy actually helped the sales more than it could have possibly been detrimental. What's going to save this show is how well it adapts the books. The writing, the acting, and the progression of the story. If you can get that down, this show will have a very successful 10 years. I don't know why they're saying 10 years, I guess because it's supposed to be 1 season per year. 7 years. 7 books, 7 years, adapting each one. So I guess however long each season lasts, the break in between, once you add them all up, it'll be 10 years. So I don't know. Personally, the first episode, like I said before, I said it in other videos and other people have said it, the first episode will break records for many reasons. There are millions of Harry Potter fans around the world who will want to tune in to see how good it is or how bad it is. This has the potential. There's also a lot of speculation that they're going to go and race change all these people because of the play where Hermione was black. Personally, I don't care. Give us a good story. Again, this is me repeating myself. It's all the fans want. A little bit of similarity between the source material and the adaptation, but put forth a good story. Adapt it however you want to, but make it entertaining, make it good. And you can race swap and gender swap anybody you want to. If you don't believe me, I'm sorry. Samuel L. Jackson plays who in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Okay. Fantastic actor, race swapped into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he is a beloved character. All you got to do. Give us good stories, give us good characters, and you'll make money. Super Mario proved that. Top Gun Maverick proved that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for making it this far. Leave a like, leave a dislike. See you on the next one.